if I'm not already live. It's at 30%, 60%. Oh, I love technology. Apparently I'm live. Am I live? Yes, I think I am live. Good day, everybody. My name is Todd Standing. I'm the man who takes people into the field and has either eyewitness or live interact with a Sasquatch, which is what I just did. I just went out with, anyways, just had a great expedition. Quite a few more happening this year still, and I'm going back into the United States of America. I'm not supposed to say that. I'm not supposed to be saying that, but I am. So where am I going? I'm not going to tell you that. I wasn't even supposed to tell you I was going out. But, hey, Phil, I'm wearing Phil's shirt. Phil, when you get this shirt, you're going to want to wash it. No, I'm clean. I didn't work out yet today. And, yeah, things are awesome. Hey, Kyle. Kyle, what's up? Darren, there's the man right there. So Darren is the man I just went out with. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. I just keep telling the truth about things, and that's never getting me in trouble. I always like telling the truth. But, yeah, we'll talk about what happened with Darren and I a little bit. The amazing work. So I didn't mention his name. It's our tree breaks. I love tree breaks. Tree breaks that are fresh too. You got to be able to identify how old the tree break is, and that just takes practice and time. And I definitely do that, and I teach that. So yes, I have new footage. People are asking me about that all the time, and it's coming out sometime soon. Do they come around by accident? Do they come around by accident? Hell no. They heard you drive up. They heard you open your truck doors. They are aware of everything. They're aware of their surroundings. It's never an accident. That's why when someone sees a Sasquatch, I always say, congratulations, there's something special about you because they chose you. They knew it was you. Like, perhaps there would be sometimes accidental, but I think that would be just extremely unlikely and very, 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 very rare. So, you know, I don't know. I just, from what I've seen about Sasquatch and where I study them, there's no accidents there at all. I mean, there's people there doing those habituations and stuff, and I'm so excited for those people that are having that success, but that's not me. That is not me. I'm not doing habituation. I go out there and, or they're not coming around city places where I live. I have to get my butt out there and go grind. We just, Darren finally named the great big giant grizzly bear. He's beautiful. He's on my Instagram page, and obviously those photographs are probably on my Facebook too. He's got like a little kind of raccoon looking colors on his face. He's a beautiful silver-tip grizzly bear. He's huge this year. Oh my God. I saw his butt running up a hill. I thought he was a horse. He was so big. And then Darren saw him while I was cooking up the food, or just heating up the food. We had beautiful beef stew, and a giant grizzly bear goes 40 yards away from where Darren and I were staying. He didn't bother us at all. He's a really good bear. This is the third time I bumped into him in a row, 3 years in a row. He's always just so good. He stays away from people, and that's awesome. Owl sounds. Do they mimic? They mimic all kinds of sounds. Driving me nuts the way they do the saw-wheat owl sound up around British Columbia and into Alberta. It's how I identify it from a Sasquatch to an owl, though, is owls are up high and Sasquatch are loud and on the ground, and I mean loud. When you hear a sound that sounds like an owl, it's 10 times louder than an owl. It's not an owl. So could it be a person? Sure. Could it be a Sasquatch? Yes. Do they do that? Yes. Yes, yes. Watch my documentary. They're doing it in my documentary, right? When the Sasquatch comes around before Jeff Meldrum sees them, they're making saw-wheat owl sounds. That is not a saw-wheat owl. So, what's this say? The goal, so people are asking me about being accepted by my radium group, and that's absolutely the goal, is to be accepted, to have them get closer. I thought I was getting accepted, but honestly, that's certainly not the case. They're just so distant with me, and it's really hard. They come around and we get great success all the time, but I want more. I'd like them to come and take an apple, or I know they don't do that, but I don't know. It's really hard, guys. It's really, really tough. So we'll tell you about what happened with Darren a little bit, but even with great success, you always just want more, right? And I know even an expeditioner will see a Sasquatch and be like, I want more. Like they go, that's it, I just saw one and I want more, I want to see more. And I know that sounds crazy, but I don't blame them either. I feel the same way. So Someone asked me about how safe it is to do solo overnight camping. Well, it's your skill level. No, don't do it. That's my recommendation. Don't do it. Don't go solo like that. Go out with somebody else. Know your area. Ease your way into the wilderness, because it's tough and there's a lot to understand. And then this is a really good question. There's so many awesome questions, guys. There's like 20 more I wanted to go through, but I just have a little piece of paper and I just wrote them down as fast as I could. Why do Sasquatch risk interaction? Boy, that's a good question. Why do they risk interaction? And the answer is because they like you. It is a risk. They're the ones taking the risk. And it's because there's something special about the person that's having the sighting. And see how it always kind of comes back to the same thing with me, but there's different ways to ask a question that kind of comes to the same resultant. Is there's something really special about you when a Sasquatch comes up. They don't show themselves by accident, and when they come out and purposefully show themselves to you, there is something special about you. And they are trying to say, hey, what in the hell? Okay, we're back. I'm going to keep doing the show. I don't care if it's having trouble. So anyways, what I look for is I look for three things to point to a fact, 3 pieces of evidence. So 2 tree breaks and a track is 3 things. A sighting and a tree break. Sightings are pretty good though. I almost count sightings as like two points. So if I have a sighting, then I see a tree break or a track to correspond to it, then I'm very confident in it. I do give 2 points to a sighting. That happened with Darren. So my aunt sent a picture from my area. I zoomed in and saw a face. I saw a Sasquatch face I was not familiar with. Well, we'd love to see that. I can do a whole video on that. Stephen Skatar Kazak. Big last name. Just send it to bigfootencounter@gmail.com. We'd love to have a look at it. And that's fantastic. Todd, you've done research in Humboldt, California. I'm going to move there, and I'm wondering if there are any sightings. Well, there's tons of sightings through there. And have I done research there specifically? No. Yeah, so that's what I mean. There's tons of people. It doesn't have to be Todd Standing. There's tons and tons of awesome people to go work with. And I'd love to help you guys out. Even just know that the Survivor Man Bigfoots and the documentary is all there to help you guys out. Tons of information. Just have a look, have a watch, right? Hi, Todd. Any progress on your documentary? Yes. Did the networks watch it yet? No, my documentary is not watchable yet. I have a ton of work to do on it, and life keeps whooping my ass, and I'm trying to get, it's not unlike so many other people. The world is crazy right now. So, and even worse for me, but just take it step by step. So, and Amanda is right. All new footage will be in the upcoming documentaries. Sign up for the newsletter. That's right. So I'm going to start working hard on all this stuff. It just in the next couple months, I'm going to get my ducks in a big row, and I'm going to start just bashing things out and kicking some ass. So I'm going to stop doing boots on the ground research when the snow hits the ground. When there's probably around Christmas, after Christmas time, I will stop doing the boots on the ground research, and I'm just going to hit hard the documentary, the newsletters, footage, all that kind of stuff. So Penna, look up Brown Dwarf. He's out there researching. There you go. Yeah. Okay, we're back. I don't know where we kicked off. I'm trying to keep an eye on that silly freezing up. But anyways, I would film Jake until when you got the footage, when you got it, I'm zoomed in as much as I can. I got a great shot of him. You stop filming and you get down and you start moving again. It takes time. That's why you can see too, I'm getting closer and closer and closer until he discovered that I was moving towards him, and then he took off. But it's preposterously, it's just ridiculous how foolish people are when it comes to, you think footage is so easy and you just get it and it's so simple, and it's not. I mean, people chastise me and I kind of gotta laugh. I mean, I have 8 videos that are public, 9, 10, and 11. I have 3 more videos, 12 with the California footage. I have 12 freaking videos of Sasquatch. What the hell? And people are going to criticize me? More footage, better footage, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, where's your footage? You got any? So it is hard. It's brutally hard. And sometimes I go years without getting footage, or my priorities change, or I'm not about the footage, I'm about the interactions and stuff, right? So, but it's ridiculous how people get upset about the silliest things, and I have no time to waste on that kind of manure. Upon seeing a Sasquatch, have you ever had the feeling of your blood turning instantly cold? No. Never cold blood? If so, what's the actual... Yeah, no. Never felt cold. Felt excited, felt goosebumps, felt like I was being watched. But cold, never, not at all. So I had a weird other experience that I felt the air get cold, but that had nothing to do with Sasquatch. You mentioned the whoosh sound in your last video where Les heard it too. Any theories on the? Absolutely, it's them. It's them moving. Whew, whew. You know when you take a stick and you go, whew, that's how fast they move. Whew. Like you can't hear the booming on the ground. You can't hear the branches breaking. They're moving fluidly, but you can hear their body going. Whew. That's how fast they are. That's the whoosh, and you better be afraid. That's freaking terrifying. I've seen mountain lions running not go, whew. You know, like I think it's because they're so big, but that's crazy, guys. The whoosh is, it scares me that they whoosh when they run fast and they're so silent. So John England says, I wish we could meet. I could show you a bunch of success. I would love to. Why can't we? We could try to work that out. There's always something. I'm probably going to start doing a lot of stuff in the United States, especially in the South, in the wintertime. So I was really happy there and well taken care of there, and I really enjoyed my time down there. So we're still rolling, so I'm going to keep going on here. I have a lot of heroes. John Bennernagel is a hero of mine. I go to New York because of Kyle. I go to Washington. Yeah. So these are people that are just that are growing. Alia, they're just like shackled around them, and they have a lot to teach me. And then I mentor people like Kyle. But Kyle, even Kyle's young and he doesn't understand. But students teach teachers, don't they? Teach their teachers a lot, and it's pretty fantastic to even when I'm teaching to be learning so much. Students teach me so much, and it's a wonderful discovery process that I'm so grateful for. And I will go back to Alabama. I will be going back to New York, and I'm very excited to go to Florida. Florida is definitely happening. So just and then look at the stuff that I have. Tennessee, I would love to get down there. Even just to keep growing and building up and helping this discovery process move forward, because it doesn't matter if it happens in Tennessee or Alabama or Washington State. The point is the discovery needs to happen, and that's what I'm about. That's why Amanda helps me. That's why Phil's here, is they do this because they want the discovery of Bigfoot to happen, and we're so darn excited about it. Just like John Bennernagel. My dream is to open up that book someday written by a university, New York University. I bring them up specifically because they have a high level of expertise when it comes to primates, just not Sasquatch. And then they go out and they have proper funding and proper research, and they get all the evidence, and then I read a book and I open about how old the Sasquatch live and dentition and how tall they are and how powerful they are, and all this information, all this science like they have with gorillas and chimpanzees and orangutans. So that's why we do this. So that's why we're out there. That's why I fight for this. And because of you guys, I am a full-time Sasquatch researcher. Because of my donations, because of the YouTube channel, because of the expeditions. It's, if you're passionate about this discovery, I really appreciate your help. It really means a lot. We're doing well, but, more is just more. More gets you more. And the scary thing is, it's just money that holds this discovery back. If I had $1 million, the discovery would be done tomorrow. I would finish it all. I would disappear for 2 years and come back with the sickest documentary you ever saw, because these guys, at this point, technology can, I don't want to say outdo them, but the technology exists where I can put drones in the air. If you haven't seen it on my, it's on my YouTube channel. I did a video about how technology will make this discovery happen. If I put drones in the air with thermal cameras, I can follow Sasquatch around for a whole year. And so I am tremendously motivated to do something that'll help generate that financial support that'll bring this discovery to heal. I want it done. I want the discovery done. I had that was a question somebody asked me today was, what do you have to do to get it done? And the truth is, I gotta get that thermal drone in the air. I gotta follow them around. It's a blimp drone, not a bzzz. It's a blimp drone. They were $250,000 last time I priced them out. The cameras are about $50,000, and I could just follow Sasquatch around day and night. Even it just starts with one, maybe a $300,000 budget, and it'll get us a movie like no one's ever seen. Can you imagine? I could literally, where I do Sasquatch research, there is no canopy, and I could follow them around, no problem. They have nowhere to hide their heat signatures, and there are always, in any area I go to, there are airplanes that go over. So the Sasquatch kind of just ignore what's above them. They just kind of let it go. So, you know, that's really important stuff to know. So the discovery and the discovery is going to happen, guys. It's going to happen. If I have to teach someone how to do it, or whatever, one day I'll find some big gold vein in one of my research areas way in the backcountry, and I'll pull the gold out, and then I'll use that to go generate what's necessary just to get this done. So it's just like anything else, you know. You can't go get a house unless you buy it. You can't go to the grocery store and get milk unless you buy it. And this discovery, and you know, that's just the way it is. So it's a little frustrating to look at it that way. But my documentary, I thought, in fact, you should know, I thought I had it finished, because my documentary should be worth $400,000 an hour for network television. I didn't even get anywhere near that. If my 2-hour documentary would have got $400,000 an hour for $200,000 for it would have been 800 grand for 2 hours, which is what it would have sold for a fair price. It didn't even come close to that. It was a fraction of. I haven't even got a fraction of it. So it's the big dream, and maybe the next one will properly sell, and maybe that documentary will blow up and then generate the revenue for this. So you got to know I'm doing everything I can. I learned to do post-production. I learned to direct, produce. I learned about cameras and equipment and editing and sound. I did all that for the discovery of Sasquatch. That's why I did it. I do love that stuff, and it is fun. And I am a made director now because I made that movie. And you better believe I made that freaking movie. I did the After Effects. I did the score of it. I put the songs in. I adjusted the sound properly. That drove me nuts. You should know too that this really pisses me off. A lot of sound was taken out of my movie because of the freaking idiots at QuickTime that wanted. They called it speaker pop when a twig or a Sasquatch would step in the distance, and they'd call it speaker pop, and I had to take it out. And I'm like, it's a Sasquatch moving around, and it creates this beautiful depth. Yeah, make sure you see Amanda wrote that in there, Lon. Please send us that. I'd like to send that to you. That'd be fantastic. I really appreciate that support. And some funny things, Sasquatch are messing with the signal. That's hilarious. I love to laugh, guys. It's hard.